All right, man. It's Lost in Seattle. We gotta get right to it. Polight. For years now, we've known the allegations of being a scammer from him, but never thought
sexual.
Well, let me say this. I'm not gonna say never because you don't know people, but this was out of left field, kinda. And shout out to Tasha K. She once again broke a story. At least amongst the YouTube sector, she's becoming like,
who she know?
I don't know. She's becoming that person. But I'm gonna go ahead and just start it immediately. Brother Polight and the allegations against him, straight from Tasha K's mouth. She said this is not supposed to have came out when it did. She got it confidential. He is out on bail, but he was arrested and charged with rape.
According to her
report,
allegedly
of his girlfriend's daughter, 14-year-old daughter.
Brother Polight, who goes by Michael Nowak, okay, was just released on bail last night in Miami and was charged. Michael Nowak, aka Brother Polight, as you guys know him as, was just released from Miami, and he was charged with raping his girlfriend's 14-year-old daughter, okay, in a hotel room. All right, now, and before you say, oh, they're just trying to take him down, no, they got his motherfucking semen. Defending Nowak, who is Brother Polight, 37, and the victim's mother, Arocho, who's 31, were dating for over a year. And on, I believe, 2021, at approximately 0 hours, defending Nowak requested Mrs. Arocho, who is the mom to the daughter, to allow him to take the victim, who's known as TS, 14 years old, to an after party in order for him to speak to her and mend the relationship between mother and daughter, okay? Defending Nowak and victim TS, who is the daughter, responded to, Club E11. So I guess they went to Club 11. It was on 29 Northeast 11th Street, Miami, Florida. Upon arriving, the club was closed. Defending Nowak and the victim TS went to a hotel room at 1100 West Avenue, Unit 319, Miami Beach, in order to wait for the new party location. While they were in his hotel room, the defendant, Nowak, provided the victim, who was 14, with numerous alcoholic beverages in which she consumed. The victim, who's 14, stated that the defendant, Nowak, started dancing and touching her inappropriately all over her body, groping her, groping her thighs and her butt. And furthermore, the victim, who is his girlfriend's daughter, stated that defendant Noah sat her on the bed as he pulled out his, and outside of his boxers, okay, shorts, underwear, while he grabbed her head and pushed it towards his genital area, and victim TS lost consciousness. She later awoke while the defendant Noah was forcibly trying to make her throw up by pushing his fingers in her throat and down her throat. Defending Noah, who is Brother Polight, okay, then took victim TS to her mother's hotel, who was staying at another hotel in Miami on Collins Avenue, where Miss Arocho noticed, who is the mom to the daughter, that the victim TS was severely intoxicated and possibly under the influence of an unknown drug, and the 14-year-old victim had severe swelling on the victim's mouth, lips area. Defendant Nowak, who is Brother Polight, told his girlfriend, Miss Arocho, not to call the police because if she did, she would ruin his career. This is exactly what he stated, okay? Of course, we got to say allegedly, but, they got the semen. Miss Arocho, the mother to the 14-year-old daughter, transported the victim, her daughter, to Mount Sinai Hospital, where she disclosed sexual battery. Victim TS, the 14-year-old victim, was transported to Roxy Bolton, rape treatment center. that was in Miami, where all her clothing was collected and a kit was performed and collected. Said evidence was transported to Miami-Dade County Forensic Lab, where it was analyzed on 5/4/2021. Results from Miami-Dade Forensic Labs were received, where it confirmed that the victim TS had a total of 6 semen stains, confirmatory stains on her shirt and scarf. A DNA warrant was obtained and served to defendant Brother Polight, who is Noah. On 6/8/2021, the DNA sample swab was transported to Miami-Dade Forensic Lab for analysis, and on 8/10/2021, last week, the Miami-Dade forensic report was received, where it confirmed the semen was found on victims. The TS clothing matched the defendant Noah. Okay, he was since arrested. He has bonded out, and here's what happened.
Wow.
Okay, so they're saying this is very. At one part, obviously, you don't want to discourage and say, cause any cast any aspersions or try to deny the credibility of the young girl and the mother, but this seems outrageous.
It does.
So you're saying he asked the mother to take the daughter to an after party so that he can mend the fences between them?
Yeah, why would she let
or
her
was
daughter?
it another? I think he has multiple wives. So between them or some other woman or mother figure or something, and he decided to do this heinous act. Like, this wasn't going.
You got to take her back.
Like, it's strange. Either you saying he's such an animal and savage that he just stupid, or something else. I don't know. So you heard the allegations that Tasha brought out, and you can't really find anything else on this. That's how you know it's really breaking, because it's hard to find anything on this. So with that being said, the only thing we could do now is to look at the past of Polight. Who is Polight? Matter of fact, there's a lot of people who were asking these questions a couple years ago. And then there's this right here. There was a petition signed to, or at least somebody started this petition to sign to say, who is Brother Polight? Now, I remember like 2017, 18, there was someone who put a video on YouTube and asked the same question. Who is this guy? He says he's all these things, but who is he? So let's read through what I believe the person who started this was Keisha Ray. Let's read what she had to say and why she want to know who he is. She said, who is Brother Polight, a.k.a. Insut Amun Ra, son Atum Ra Ray, a.k.a. Michael Noack. Brother Polight appeared in the black community claiming to be a former gang member from Brooklyn, a former cult member. That's the Dr. York, Nuwaubians, polygamist, New Covenant Nation leader, black power activist, real estate and finance guru, and celebrity mentor. But does anyone actually know who Brother Polight is? Brother Polight also claimed he was abandoned as a child, defended himself and beat a murder case, claimed he was abducted by aliens, and claims to have written 90 books. Most importantly, Brother Polight has been accused of scamming and stealing money from people in the black community. Well, now he's been accused of much more heinous crime. Brother Polight has received many customer service complaints for not providing the service and products advertised on his website, and has also created several GoFundMe pages garnishing thousands of dollars. His last GoFundMe was for lawyer fees in a case against the LAPD. Brother Polight claimed he had acquired a net worth of $3.4 million. We are asking for 500 signatures to demand Brother Polight present viable background information identification before requesting any more money from the public. We are bringing awareness because the public deserves to know exactly who he is. Please do not allow this man to collect any more funds while deceiving people. He is an accused con artist and suspected agent. Please sign this petition to help the man answer this petition. So as you can see, people still on it. This charlatan scammed me of $120 for books and service he never delivered on. Get him off the street. Get him off the streets. To all you victims, do not despair. This desperate clown construct will be toppled as the house of cards. Wild puppeteer, sensationalist, defraud mammal on the loose. Watch out. So as you can see the comments, he's got a lot of haters. But like I said, we cannot condemn him. We don't know. He wasn't there. Obviously, the fact that there's evidence, DNA evidence, kind of puts it at a certain place.
When she said the DNA evidence,
that's when I said, okay,
shit just hit the fan.
It's like, all right, you kind of already starting behind the 8 ball at this point. Like you already.
And then you actually sent your DNA there.
Well, he would run, but we didn't wonder for the longest. Who is this dude? He says he's all these things. He has his background, and
is he another plant?
I don't know if he's a plant, but he's clearly a con artist. The fact that he's able to get out of certain situations is amazing. Remember when the condominium thing happened?
The
when
real estate in Ohio?
He went to the construction site pretended like he operated the machinery.
What's up, family? We up in here. We in Columbus, Ohio. And with the king right here, we had our real estate company, our development company, making it happen. So right now we're working on a 26 unit project here in Columbus, Ohio. But the very unique thing about it is we're using cargo bins to build them. And we're going to explain the science behind that. And you're going to see what we're talking about. We're talking about cargo bins to build buildings. This is a pioneering venture. This is something that's not being done throughout America. You see these right here? We're using these giant cargo bins to build properties. Look at that. Yes. And what's happening is it's cutting the time. So literally, we can get the chassis of a property built inside of 5 to 8 days.
And then when the people who actually run it called him out and said he has nothing to do with this project, he then came out in the video.
He backpedaled.
He came out in the video and acted like people were crazy for saying he had nothing to do with it. And in the same video admitted, I got nothing to do with it, but then said you crazy for saying he completely gaslighting.
Manipulating.
He's a super manipulator.
So now let me give y'all clarity. Like how stupid. I mean, people hate me so much. They don't realize they're insinuating that who the hell goes on a construction site and uses or operates any of the machinery live and have nothing to do with anything. Like, I'm just there and I snuck out of California. It's actually documented on my timeline on Instagram and Facebook. You can see I'm sitting courtside just hours before I was in Ohio. You can see I went to Atlanta after 2 days of being in Ohio. You can see after being in Atlanta for 2 days, you can see I came out here to New York amidst of my busy schedule. Why I gotta slip into a construction site that's not mine and make up stories about things that's not true. So let me show you where the misunderstanding comes in, people. He's so good at flipping the script. Man, you a dirty bastard. Let me get this man out of here. I'm not playing today. He's so good. Yeah, I'm so good at making you look like you fucking stupid. Negroes be mad when the shit... What about it that I'm flipping? It's common sense. No one goes on a fucking construction site and runs equipment and has no affiliation with anything. Who the fuck does that? And gets away with it? And my phone died and I charge it on the damn site. You can see. The room that I'm charging my shit in, because I said, okay, we back up. Had to charge the phone. Who infiltrates and charges the phone at the spot of infiltration and then goes live again a second time? But let me express the following things. So there's no misconceptions about what's taking place. Okay? Let me explain the following things to y'all, man. Okay. Here's where the conflict comes in. My partner is subcontracted to do work on the property that's associated with the project as seen in the video. Okay? That property in itself represents an agenda that corresponds with an owner or the owner of NISRE Inc. And the developer is AES Development LLC. I don't have affiliation or association with them. The problem is my partner and he is subcontracted to do work as it relates to those particular endeavors with those people. So what people have done, they ran that project concurrent with our project. They ran one agenda concurrent with the other agenda. One doesn't have to do with the other. So let me make this clear. And I want you to know I spoke with the brother Derek prior, and we always had very good communications. Okay? So I'm not associated with the project. As seen in the videos, posted per those 2 days as it relates to NISRE Inc. and the developer, which is AES Development. Their project is called Cargo Miniums. I didn't even know the name of their project because that's how I'm not even in tune with what they're doing. I'm only in tune with what I'm doing. Okay? So the developer and I spoke on the issue, and I want to make those things clear.
I don't know how anybody. I remember when I first found out about Polight, it was because he was seeing you on the internet, you're looking up stuff. So I found out about the conscious community and all this other stuff. And I found Saneter's page. If you watch anything conscious on the internet, you find out about Saneter. So he was on there. And the first time I saw him was when he was kicking or he was talking junk to the Scientologists that was in the hood in New York. He was telling them, get out of here. Y'all believe in white supremacy. Y'all, all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh, what's up? This dude knows something. So when you first learn about him, you're like, this dude is really smart. He's good. He's good articulate. He's really good with his words. All right. And then very quickly, you realize what's going on. Like at some point you go, okay, what's going on with this dude? Something smell fishy. You just smell it. Something right with him. Well, if you look at his history, especially with the new, the allegations against him now, he does have a connection to the Nuwaubians. And the head of the Nuwaubians was Dr. York. If you don't know Dr. York, look him up. But we're going to do a little bit of sprinkle of who he was in this video. Dr. York was the leader of the Nuwaubians, which was like a pseudo African / spiritual / it was a lot of stuff going on in that group.
Like a nature boy.
Pretty much. Just like Nature Boy, sort of. And they call it a cult, obviously. And he was accused, Dr. York, of grooming members for sex. Some of his members. As you can see here, this article right here, this is ABC News.
That's what it always ultimately comes down to.
Whenever you have a man in charge of a group, it always, especially if he's a man who's wicked, let's be honest. But we'll get into Dr. York in a bit. It very quickly descends into sexual gratification for these men in charge. Yeah. They get this power. They have all these women around them, and they begin to think laws don't apply to me.
And they can be with whoever they want to be with, no matter what age.
Yeah, and I can change what's morally right or wrong because I'm a God. I'm a man of wisdom. I can change what's right or wrong. And they become, wicked people. But if you see here, this is January 2004. Former members of the so-called Nuwaubian cult told jurors at a trial that the former spiritual leader, that he groomed them for sex when they were just young girls. As the trial of York got underway this week, a series of former female cult members shared the disturbing allegations of molestation. One former member, now 18, told jurors that York, 58, began molesting her when she was just 8 years old. York, once a Muslim cleric in Brooklyn, is on trial for molesting up to 13 girls and boys and bringing them to the United Nuwaubian Nation of Moors compound in rural Putnam County, Georgia, for
girls
sex.
And boys.
Yeah.
That lust
takes over.
It just takes over, and women just don't be enough.
Now, obviously,
well, in that case, little girls.
Yeah, that's true. Obviously, Brother Polight had affiliations with him. He was a part of the Nuwaubian group. And one of the young boys who came out against Dr. York, Brother Polight interviewed him, which really turned into an interrogation of him. I'm going to show a clip now of that.
Would you say there's been over 20 children molested by Dr. York?
I would say so. I mean, I would say that it was, if I could confirm people that I could strongly confirm, it would be about 15 or 20 people.
Obviously, if over 15 to 20 children were being molested, we have to now say, how come the adults wasn't saying nothing? Shouldn't they be locked up with Dr. York too? How come they're free to testify about it?
You understand the adults were separated from their children. So you had the girls in one house, the boys in one house, the women in one place, the brothers in one place. Everybody was separated. So it wasn't no house with a family, and then you could recognize when your child is gone.
You mean to tell the world that none of these children had enough sense in their mind to go tell their parent that this isn't right? I've been touched sexually, I've been sexually abused. Not one child out of all these children. It could have stopped so long ago if just one child or just one adult. What caused all of this to come out? First, you hear nothing from nobody.
Yeah.
You hear nothing from nobody. Then you hear something from everybody, all at the same time.
They might not have been the medium to talk to anybody about the situation.
Not even their parents.
I mean, that's part, of course. I could have told my mother.
We chose not to.
It's not that I chose not to. To really explain it would really take a lot. But I mean, you're not really yourself when you're not. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no esteem. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no. You know what I'm saying? You can't even face, like, my mother had to, when she found out from my sister and she came to me and asked me about it, and I still really couldn't even tell her. I had to say, well, I had sex with the girl and he was there. And that was my way of telling her that, yeah, it happened. You know what I'm saying? But that's when the initial conversation, and this is like 2 weeks before we left.
Why do you think he's locked up for 135 years, underground 60 feet, in a super max penitentiary with no one with a case likened to his own, amongst cannibals? Not because what you think he should be locked up for, why you think he's locked up.
Well, I mean, to answer your question in the way that I think you're asking it, you know what I'm saying? Because one, you have a black leader that was getting black people together and was building a sovereign nation.
Tell me if this is something you believe. That's not what I want to hear. What do you personally believe, dealing with the facts of the matter? Not denying you of your experience, but based on what we all know, what is necessary to lock a person up when you accuse them of these type of things.
What I know from history is that whenever you have a black leader that's uplifting the people, that's doing something for the community, that's bringing people together, and that's building people and elevating people, then they get taken down. You know what I'm saying? And he wouldn't have been taken down, and he hasn't been taken down until they found something to take him down with. If he threw everything away by molesting kids, did he really care about everybody else? This is what I have to live with. I have to live with how do I come across the people that's in the knowledge and even vibe with them and talk to them on a regular level, and people looking at me one way.
Nah, that's all good. You can always come to a class of ours.
That's cool, but you know what I'm saying.
But
see, the thing is that
it don't make you a bad person.
At the end of the day, people's always gonna have his word over anybody else's word because that's all they know.
No, at the end of the day, he's locked up, so obviously they took y'all word over everyone else's. It doesn't matter. Like I told you, if we say he's innocent, when he's still locked up in prison, y'all word accounted for everything.
So as you can see, that was more of an interrogation than a discussion with an alleged victim of Dr. York.
Almost trying to make him feel guilty.
Yeah, but if you also look into the Nuwaubians, they still defend him, at least from what I've seen. I'm gonna show you an article here. This is a Nuwaubianism website. They asked the question: ask the Nuwaubians, why did Malachi York plead guilty to child molestation charges? What the? And the wink. Good Lord. We might even go deeper in that on Saturday. But if you look at this, someone said, Dr. York says that he is innocent. Why then did he plead guilty? Some have called this a cowardly act to plead guilty. This act should not be viewed as that of a coward, for what Dr. York did was the act of a hero. He pleaded guilty to the charges not to save himself. He sacrificed himself in order to protect the lives of the other co-defendants and children. They informed him that the other co-defendants and the children were being put through the same torture that he was going through, and worse. He was told that he was the big trophy, that they really only wanted him, and that they would let the others go free if he pleaded guilty. He stated that since he thought that the others were being tortured, that he knew that Kathleen Johnson suffered from multiple sclerosis, which is a very dangerous disease. He thought to himself, if Kathleen was not receiving her medicine like he was not receiving his, he knew that her illness was deteriorate her brain and leave her crippled for life. Now, this is the women. So this website, Nuwaubians, they believe he was not guilty. As you see,
and this is in Georgia.
Yeah, this is a statement. These are the people, and also he accused them, the FBI, of coercing witnesses. You see here. United Nuwaubian Nation of Moors founder York has filed a motion asking a federal judge to vacate his 135 years prison sentence because of the
prosecutorial
misconduct allegedly connected to his January 2004 child molestation trial. In the motion filed July 7th, this is in 2009, York alleges FBI agents threatened and coerced witnesses to testify against him and committed perjury. He also alleges prosecutors used the allegations of pornographic tapes of York having sex with minors without any tangible proof of the tape's existence to taint the jury. York was the leader of the Nuwaubian group described by prosecutors as a cult-like group that moved from the compound in upstate New York to Putnam County in 1993.
Wow.
He also sued them for $2 billion.
$2 billion.
He sued for $2 billion in 2018, a lawsuit. And guess why he sued them?
Why?
The former head of the Putnam County cult, now serving 105 years sentence on child molestation charges, wants $2 billion, and he wants it in 20 days, demanding compensation from various government agencies. His 3-page suit argues that he is a Native American and the U.S. legal system has no jurisdiction over him. I'm not or never have been part of the corporate state or the judicial system, York writes. He adds, the reason I'm asking for this amount of money damages is because I think the message should be sent to everyone in North America that you should not rape, murder, pillage, or do treason, sedition, involuntary servitude, slavery, terrorism, fraud, extortion, grand theft, robbery, conspiracy, and racketeering against a Native American Moor. So yeah, that whole Nuwaubian thing is kind of crazy. But when you look at all this, once again, the conscious community in general got a lot of crazy shit that go on with it. Now, is it possible that some of these dudes go down because of government conspiracies? Yeah,
absolutely.
But I don't know. 135 years? I don't know. But Polight is associated with that. He also has a video on the internet, funny enough, where he went back and forth with a group called the GMS group, where he argued with them about
where they say scripturally it's okay to be with a 14-year-old.
Yeah. And that's not true at all. It's not in there. But they twist stuff and say it is.
He was vehemently against it
in that video. But the same age, I don't know, man. Maybe it's poetic, really.
It's very poetic.
It's poetic.
Come around, it's like coming full circle.
Yeah, and then you have the situation with like I said, Saneter. Remember when he fell out with him?
I'm in the car, I'm driving, so somebody sent me the video and said, yo, Polight going in on you. So I said, well, send me the video because I'm driving. So let me see what this dude got. Let me see what this clown-ass nigga got to say. I got up to the part where he was sending subliminal shots, you know, talking about the finances and nigga, I got the money and I could send somebody to come get you. And that's what the nigga's saying. That's what he was saying. You see, ain't nobody stupid. Fuck you, Polight. Ain't nobody scared of you, nigga. I know you's a bitch because I seen the bitch in your eyes when Captain Tazoriak told you to cross the fucking line, nigga. So you ain't scaring nobody. Who you gonna get? You gonna get your Crips, nigga? Who you gonna get? I'm outside every day. You're not scaring and you're not bullying nobody. All right? All you did, nigga, was told a lot of lies. Talk about the scamming, nigga. What you mad at? You mad because I came out and denounced your bitch ass? You mad because I came out and told the people that you were scamming? What, I wasn't supposed to say nothing? Huh? You mad at that? Let's deal with one of the things you said and you lied to the people. I told the people that you are a habitual fucking liar. You gets up there and parade to the people that you bought my car now, that you gave me the money that helped buy my car. You lying bitch. This is why I ain't got no respect for you no more. You gets up there telling people that you bought my car, you helped me buy my car. Nah, nigga, what you did was you robbed me. Every goddamn debate we had, you was stealing my money.
It's going to happen from time to time. We benefited each other. You played a great role in my inception. But I'm all grown up now. And whether you like it or not, in some ways, and I say that as humbly as possible, in some ways, my name is a lot more bigger than what you got going on. In some ways. In some ways. In some places.
Play nice, Polight. Play nice.
No, we have to tell the truth here.
Your name ain't.
We gotta tell the truth here.
Stop lying. Stop lying, Polight. Your name, Polight, is more known for being a fucking coon
That's what you're. See, when people look at Polight and look at Saneter, they see a motherfucking militant. When they see you, they see a fucking coon with a white bitch got them in the headlock. See, that's the difference. You can never be on my level, Polight. Don't ever fool your motherfucking self, dude.
We was on the same level.
Never fool yourself. You can never be on my level, man.
Just up and move to California.
Start talking about how he worshiped money and
hanging out with people. Was he hanging out with Floyd Mayweather?
He took a picture.
Oh, he took a picture. Photo op.
No, I'm gonna give him. He was around Floyd a little bit. He wasn't. I don't know if Floyd was his friend, but he was hanging around Floyd. And he was hanging around a bunch of celebrities.
Well, he's a celebrity mentor.
Yeah.
How you a celebrity mentor?
I don't know.
My goodness.
He found a way to get around them. He's clearly got some type of connection to some of them. Maybe he's a Mason.
Sure he do.
You know, so he has a lot of connections with those celebrities. And I remember when there was a backlash against him when he was taking the pictures of white women wearing the dashikis. And they was mad. People were like, what's wrong with you, dude? So he was taking these pictures and taunting,
in the words
and trolling
of
people.
Michael Jordan. White people wear dashikis too.
I also remember when Saneter was accused of being with a Caucasian woman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was. It was just a picture of him sitting on a bench, and a white woman was sitting next to him.
You can't even be next to white people when you're in the conscious community.
But Polight came out and defended him. But then him and Polight had a huge falling out where clearly what happened with that situation is Polight didn't give him his cut of the money. And he was mad. He was mad that he didn't get his cut of the money from Polight. And Polight said, fuck you, I got mine. I don't need you no more. And then
he had to
crawl back and come back to Saneter. And then Saneter welcome him with open arms.
Let's get this money.
Let's get this money.
Let's get this bag. Let's do it again. Bread.
You know, it's that part is funny, but it's a serious allegations against him.
It's a very serious allegation.
Once again, they said they have DNA evidence or whatever. We'll wait and see if he is considered guilty or not. If he's innocent or guilty, we won't choose a side on that situation. We're just talking on his history is as a scammer. I don't care. Nobody said he's a scammer. He is a scammer. Now, whether or not a scammer will do this, I don't know. I don't know if those things connected. Just
I was told, if you lie, you steal.
You steal, you kill.
If you steal, you kill.
But they don't say nothing about rape.
It's in between the stealing and killing.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, this is just a quick video on Polight and some of his history. Like I said, it don't look good for him, but we're not going to decide. The judge is going to decide what's going on down there. Hopefully, if this is a situation, hopefully the daughter and his girlfriend or whatever, something, I don't know how you get over this. Your mother's boyfriend.
This is just like, it's similar to the Jessica Reed, taking somebody somewhere. And
yeah, it's exactly like the Jessica Reed situation with Charlamagne the God. Exactly like it. Yeah.
Wicked ass Negroes.
They are wicked. But
you know, freaking Polight.
I remember Malcolm X when Elijah Muhammad was a kid. You know, some allegations came out against him. I don't know if this was external, it was internal.
He separated himself.
Malcolm X heard some stuff. He did some questioning of the women, and he left. So Malcolm X left the Nation of Islam because of those allegations.
You are Polight. You have all these wives, or why you need to be with?
Because that's just deviancy, sexual deviancy. It has nothing to do with actual sex itself. And it's strange because, like I said, why would you take your girlfriend's daughter to a party, get her drunk, do this?
Well, they didn't even make it to the party.
And then you tell her, don't tell nobody because it'll ruin your career? Are you serious?
That's so...
So that tells me...
selfish.
I have to ask this question. Sound like if this is true, sound like he's done it before. Because your argument against her is you'll ruin my career. Like you said this before. That's the first thing that came to your mind? I don't know. We just all speculating at this point. Nothing is concrete. Nothing is for sure. But it's just a very strange situation.
Very strange.
So, but anyway, man.
Strange highness.
Very strange. Oh shit. That's CD, ain't it?
Shout out to CD.
Let me stop. But yeah, man.
Don't do
y'all
that.
be good. Y'all be safe. Protect your people. All praise to the Most High. And peace, man.